home advantage has counted for very little so far in the playoffs, only for Darlington, otherwise 2 away wins in the championship and 2 draws elsewhere. But if home advantage should count anywhere, then surely it's here. A huge boost for Leeds is the return of their leading scorer tonight, 20-goal Jermaine Beckford has missed the last 4 matches with an ankle injury, but he returns tonight to face a club where he once played on loan. He partners Dougie Freedman, who's had 4 previous cracks at the playoffs with Crystal Palace. Fullback Fraser Richardson and captain Jonathan Douglas were in the Leeds side that lost the championship playoff final 2 years ago. Carlisle welcome back skipper Danny Livesey after his recent suspension, but fullback David Raven is still banned, so Paul Arneson, part of Carlisle's 2 promotions in the last 3 years, deputises. Mark Bridge-Wilkinson comes into midfield as John Ward leaves highly promising youngster Gary Medine in reserve. The sole striking role goes to Danny Graham, who, like Leeds' Jermaine Beckford, had a loan spell at the club he's facing tonight. Amongst the Leeds substitutes, Andy Hughes, who was promoted from this division with Reading 6 years ago, and Paul Thirlwell, who's had a really frustrating season through injuries, 4 separate injury problems, is back on the Carlisle bench this evening. Gary Birtles alongside me, quite a stage, and is this the night where Leeds begin their climb back in earnest?
Well, they certainly hope so, but favouritism brings its own pressures. Playing in front of this crowd, the expectation level is so high that it's bound to put a bit of pressure, but they've got experience out there, people like Dougie Freedman. It's absolutely superb to have somebody like him, especially for Beckford alongside him. Learned so much from him. But Carlisle know that they got close here a few weeks ago, only lost by the odd goal. Carlisle won the game at Carlisle, so they shouldn't have any fears, but it is a playoff.
Well, the table will show you a 4-point gap between Carlisle and Leeds in Carlisle's favour, but of course in actual fact, because of the points deduction, Leeds should be 11 points better off than their opponents tonight. Will that gulf tell? Certainly Carlisle out of form coming into these end of season games. Leeds have rediscovered their form. It is the middle 2 teams in the League One playoff positions. Leeds have suffered badly in the 7 years since they were Champions League semi-finalists. Is this where they start the climb back to the top? Leeds against Carlisle comes live next.
Just before kick-off for the next 180 minutes, maybe plus extra time, maybe plus penalties, it is a battle on. It is the last of the first legs of the playoff semi-finals in League One. Leeds United against Carlisle from Ellen Road. Sky Sports 1. Remember as well, high definition on HD1. Your commentators, Gary Birtles and Rob Hawthorne.
Neil MacDonald has been on Leeds coaching staff since February. He led Carlisle to 8th in this division last year after promotion under Paul Simpson, but was sacked after just 1 game this season. A 1-1 draw at Walsall in August. One of the most bizarre sackings of the campaign. Must have had a bad season, pre-season photo call, you would imagine. Carlisle-born defender Paul Huntington in the Leeds defence. He got in a bit of trouble for supposedly goading some of the Carlisle supporters in Leeds' league win over tonight's opponents back in April, for which he had to make a public apology. Both of the league matches between these sides so far have gone with the home sides. The ref needs a drink already. Tony Bates from Staffordshire, no relation to Ken. It is a warm day here, but it's dry. And it is a night of huge expectation in West Yorkshire. But can Carlisle earn for themselves something to take back to Brunton Park for the second leg on Thursday? A Wembley final on May the 25th beckons for whichever of these sides prevails. Jermaine Beckford and Dougie Freedman, on whom Leeds will rely for their goals. 25 between them already for this club this season, and Freedman had already scored a couple for Palace before he arrived here at Ellen Road. A big couple of games ahead for these two. It's Bradley Johnson, who's not a natural left-back. He played there in the last league match of the season against Gillingham, but he's normally a left-sided or central midfielder. Throw-in cleared by David Prutton. That was Chris Lumsden. Another clear was by Huntington. Friedman looking to bring it under control. You've got Beckford up ahead, but it's cut out by Arneson. Now Lumsden, who's been hunted down then by Johnny Howson. Johnson wins the header, towering as he does above Scott Dobie, who has started out on this right-hand side.
Well, you look at the setup with Carlisle. One up front, Danny Graham, but I'm sure you'll see Dobie joining in, Hackney joining in, Bridge Wilkinson. Most of the teams away from home so far in the playoffs have played with two up front, and it's been successful because away goals don't count, and they've been really open encounters. Trying to stifle midfield against Leeds and join in with Danny Graham when it's all possible.
Bridge Wilkinson's ball back. Here is Arneson. Dobie looking to make some room for himself. Howson, though, gets rid of it and finds Friedman with a header down. Kilkenny has Richardson moving up ahead of him. Leeds looking to make a positive start here. In towards Friedman, just couldn't take it in his stride.
Well, straight away you see his movement, his intelligence there, Dougie Friedman. Totally different player to Beckford. There's his movement. Just goes in between, just gets half a yard, just can't get a touch on the end, but they've got to be careful of that movement from him, Carlisle. He'll drop short, he'll drag people with him, he'll allow midfield to come past him. People say Beckford is a major danger. Yes, his pace and his goals are. Friedman, his nous is so important to Leeds.
Clearance there by Kasper Ankergrund, the Danish player who came here originally on loan from Brøndby, although that's since turned into a 3-year deal at this club. Hollywood's throw, looking to pick out Hackney, who scored one of Carlisle's goals of the season against Leeds United. Both league matches have gone with the home team. On the occasion when Hackney scored, Carlisle actually ended Leeds' 13-match unbeaten start. That was back on the 3rd of November. They were actually trailing to a Jermaine Beckford goal at half-time. Hackney's volley was the equaliser. Joe Garner and Mark Bridge Wilkinson earned the 3-1 win. Leeds successful 3-2 here against Carlisle just over 4 weeks ago. Richardson with a throw for Leeds. Looking for Beckford, and he's found him. He was a little short of support. It's Howson's header. It's a foul by Prutton. Prutton, who was in the playoffs in this division last year, although didn't hold too many happy memories for him, part of the Nottingham Forest team that had a good lead slip and lost out to Yeovil, not making the final.
Just makes you wonder how Carlisle are feeling at this moment in time. I was looking for Doncaster's reaction to them missing out on second place. They responded well at Southend, and Carlisle will be wanting to do exactly the same against Leeds.
Friedman's header, got away from Kilkenny. Hackney came back to win it for Carlisle, but touch on the arm. That's Richardson looking to find Beckford.
Well, applause for the ball, and rightly so. It was drilled in. He knew exactly what he was doing in between the two centre-halves, just again can't get on the end of it, similar to Dougie Friedman a couple of minutes ago.
4 games on loan at Carlisle, actually scored on his debut for them against Millwall 19 months ago. Bridge Wilkinson has managed to prod that wide to Dobie. There are 4 in the middle for him. He's looked back instead here to the fullback Arneson, and that took a deflection on its way through from Howson. Ankergrund saving the corner. Kilkenny Now Friedman. Prutton has moved on ahead. Pickford at the front of the line. He's left behind, and Bridge Wilkinson saw his opportunity to pounce then. Huntington finds Bradley Johnson. Kilkenny. Now Douglas. Lubomir Mikalik, the one-time Bolton Wanderers player. Lumsden. Evan Horwood. And here's Peter Murphy. Looking for Dobie. He steered it round neatly to Bridge Wilkinson. First edge heavy enough just to give the Leeds goalkeeper the chance to get there.
Well, shouts may be for a penalty here. I think it would have been harsh. Ball's trying to be put in the box there. But you have seen those given. His arms were above his head. Keeper saves it. Goes to block it, which he should do. But just give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe just shoulder high.
Nelson, who's just 19 years of age, but he's already had enough faith invested in him to have been Leeds captain, the club's youngest captain since Billy Bremner. That honour last month. His last goal actually for Leeds was in that 3-2 victory over Carlisle just last month. Gary McAllister, who has the former Ireland manager Steve Staunton on his coaching staff, as well as Neil MacDonald. What an impact they've had since they came in February. They lost the first game, but that's one of only 3 defeats they've had in 17 matches in charge. Here's Prutton. Friedman. Here's Dobie. Break free of Johnson, covered well, and Gary McAllister is trying to draw the referee's attention here to the length of time it's taking for Carlisle with these throw-ins.
You can't blame Carlisle for that. They come away from home, and sure Leeds would do exactly the same if they were away at Carlisle, so just get on with it. It happens.
Here's Graham. Bridge Wilkinson's in the middle, he's found him! Oh, he's so unlucky, he's rattled the post.
That is fantastic technique there from Bridge Wilkinson. And that's what he does, he joins in so well. Look at his movement away now, spins into the box, gets the near post, he's slightly behind him. It's a poor defensive header. Give Dobie credit, or Graham puts it in there, and look at this for a strike, slightly behind. Danny Graham's ball is superb. Terrific strike, has beaten the goalkeeper all ends up.
Bridge Wilkinson, who was playing in Yorkshire last year, he was relegated with Bradford, and he was actually left out of the first team for the first time this season in their final league game against Bournemouth. They're looking for a reaction from him, presumably tonight, and they very nearly got a very positive one there.
Well, that's it. It looks like they're playing one up front with Danny Graham, but you saw there, Bridge Wilkinson will get in the box, Dobie will join in, Hackney on the far side will join in. But it was his intelligence there. He saw that Garner was pushed wide, and he span into the box, got in a really good position. Nobody picked him up, and very unfortunate not to put his team 1-0 up.
Good start by Carlisle, who've been really impressive at home this season. 17 home wins, the most in the division, but it's away from home where they have suffered. Just 6 wins away in the league, which is actually the worst record in the top 8. Prutton won the ball back from Dobie. A bit of a misunderstanding there between Johnson and Douglas. They got away with it.
He started really nervously, Johnson. His first ball was played to him from the kick-off, put it straight out of play. Nerves are bound to play a part in front of this crowd. They expect so much, and you have to get your first tackle, your first pass right, your first header. I was always told that, no matter what game. So important to get it right. You keep getting it wrong, the worse it gets for you.
Coming in that role, Bradley Johnson, Alan Sheehan suspended, Ben Parker injured, which limits the options for Leeds. Bridge Wilkinson trying to put more pressure on the makeshift fullback there. Too long though for Dobie.
What they're doing Carlisle well at the moment, they're stifling the Leeds midfield. They're not allowing the ball to be played into Dougie Friedman or to Jermaine Beckford to get his pace into play.
Here's Neil Kilkenny. Now Friedman. It's broken here to Howson. Horwood gets it away to Lumsden. Ball from Smith, given away to Huntington, who was a bit slow then, and Graham nipped in and took it away from him. Here's Hackney. Douglas just holds him up. And Richardson able to help out as well. Forwards cross looking for Doby. Another clear by Johnson. It was a positive challenge, to say the least, by Grant Smith.
Terrific.
Well won by Prutton, looking to release Beckford. Important challenge that by Arneson, who won the ball. Johnson has found Friedman. Dougie Friedman! Top save from Westwood.
Well, it all opened up for him. He saw it. He was thinking about passing it. He thought they got a foul there. Referee didn't. Plays it on. Lovely first touch. They all go with Beckford. Opens up for him. Terrific strike. And Westwood scrambles across. Just looks up, realises he's got a chance. Opportunity at the far post. Wrong-handed save, but doesn't matter. And he knows how close he came. That's the danger with him. Drops deep. They back off him. He'll punish you.
The corner played short to Johnson. Douglas wanted it, but he's gone into the middle instead. It's cleared by Murphy. Back in there by Johnson. Beckford will go into challenge. Westwood grappling with it this time, but holds on safely in the end, the goalkeeper.
Good refereeing. Beckford didn't touch him when he went to challenge. A big, long ball in there. There's Beckford. Doesn't touch him. Doesn't concentrate enough. And there's Dougie Friedman. Just a little kick in the ribs. Can't blame a centre forward for that and a goalkeeper. They come out with their feet high and elbows everywhere, so...
No surprise you'd say that. Here's Bridge Wilkinson, looking for Graham with a cross, and the goalkeeper hesitated but got back into position in time to make the save.
Well, what a danger he is, Danny Graham. Ball to the far post. It's a lovely ball, good awareness. It's onside, but Ankergram gets back, makes himself big when the header comes in. At his near post, reaction save, but you cannot give him that much space.
Oh, what a tempo. This is off to a flyer. We haven't even had quarter of an hour yet. Douglas meets the corner and gets it away, and Leeds urge to break with Richardson. 3 up ahead of him. He's being urged to go left to Friedman, but he's gone through the middle to Prutton. Beckford, he's seen Friedman and he's found him magnificently. Right idea, wrong side of the post for Friedman.
Well, what a counter-attack by the home side there. It's played out, bodies get forward very quickly. Plays to Prutton, very good awareness, plays it wide. What about that for a ball? First touch terrific, sees Westwood off his line, just tries to lob it over him. Terrific chest control, just the direction wrong. He must be delighted, Gary McAllister, to have Dougie Friedman in his team. Well, look at this. 5 attempts in this game so far, into the 14th minute, and 3 on target. Absolutely brilliant start. You cannot question both teams' commitment. I mean, all the playoffs so far have just been absolutely sparkling.
Richardson's throw. And back to him from Kilkenny. And towards Howson, it's skipped away from him though, and that's Bridge Wilkinson who gets it clear. Michalik. Now Friedman. Trying to find Kilkenny, but it's broken up by Grant Smith. And Arneson gets it away for Carlisle. Well, there may have been some sceptics when John Ward said he didn't expect a cagey game tonight, but that has certainly been borne out by what we've seen.
Absolutely. I think they came to maybe stifle Leeds in the first 15-20 minutes or so. They've done it to a certain extent, but when you see them break as they did in the previous attack, so many people can hurt you.
Leeds acutely aware of the fact they will need a comfortable lead to take to Brunton Park, because Carlisle's home form has been so good in the league campaign. But here's Hackney, just getting the edge on Fraser Richardson. It's a good determined run. Richardson did get back to get something on the cross, and the flag up anyway as Graham goes in to challenge Ankergrim.
Well, Richardson atoned, didn't he? In the first place, he dived in a little bit, but he just stood his ground, and Hackney leaves him for dead, but just gets the block there. And the linesman has given offside. Bit of a tussle with Ankergrim, but it's offside. Well, he just tried to step in, should have just stood his ground a little bit more, backed off and not allowed Hackney to go beyond him, but got back in time.
Well, they are those kind of have-a-go games, aren't they, the playoffs? It's season's labours distilled into hopefully 3 matches. 2 legs of a semi-final and the final itself, and a route to promotion. And we've certainly seen these 2 teams, to their credit, having a real go so far.
Well, for anybody who's against the playoffs, they must be mad. It's been absolutely pulsing viewing.
So little to choose between them so far. Here's Graham. From the gap, Lumsden. Can he pull it across? Dobie's there! And Huntington got across in front of him.
Well, that's where he's dangerous as well. He is an out-and-out striker, but when he's played on that right-hand side, he will come inside naturally. See him there, his movement now. He knows exactly where he wants to go. Just gets in between, and it's a good challenge that puts him off in the end. I don't think he's a right winger. Well, look at that. It's been close in the league this season. It's not changed now. And that's what it's all about, these playoffs. It's 2 teams going out there just giving everything they've possibly got. Yeah, they're going to make mistakes. Yes, they're going to miss time a tackle or make themselves look a fool at times, but you know, there could be a hero out there, more than one. It's just got everything about it, the playoffs.
Cotton's header. Now Neil Kilkenny. Murphy got a nudge from Beckford.
He's been well policed so far, Beckford. But strikers with pace and his quality only need half a yard, half a chance, and they'll punish the opposition. Carlisle are very aware of that.
He's going to need something special to beat this man Kieran Westwood, though, who's already been at his best to deny Eddie Friedman the total respect of his peers as well. He was named in the PFA League One Team of the Year, the Carlisle goalkeeper, along with Danny Livesey in front of him. Both of whom have had great seasons. There's Lumsden. Now Evan Hallwood. Just to bend one round, and Dobie almost squeezed in ahead of Johnson again there.
They just don't look to be dealing with the ball in the box, do they, Leeds, at the moment? They're getting men forward. Look at the amount of bodies in there. Thought he was going to shoot, puts it in there. It's in a really good area. 3 blue shirts in really good positions, and one of them can get a touch, but every time it's going in, they feel they've got half a chance of scoring.
Scott Dobie, who shared David Prutton's disappointment at Nottingham Forest's disappointment against Yeovil last year, because Dobie scored to put Forest 3-1 up on aggregate in that game, and they ended up losing it 5-4 on aggregate. Such is the way that these playoffs can swing one way and then the other.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest now celebrating in Marbella. That's how the season's gone.
They finished 2 points clear of Carlisle in the end, who for a long period had automatic promotion as the destiny in their own hands. Here's Arneson. Hold of Johnson's shirt in the linesman's view.
Well, he's been used a little bit the same, to be honest.
The first 20 minutes have flown by.
What a bonus to play in front of a crowd like this. And if Leeds do go up, League One will be a lot worse off without this crowd.
Well, they've average crowds of over 25,500 this season. They got over 38,000 for the last day of the campaign against Gillingham, their highest attendance of the season. And Leeds fans have taken up some of the allocation that Carlisle returned.
You can't believe Carlisle returned tickets, can you?
Well, they had a good level of away support actually, Carlisle, but their fans may be relying on what they can do at Brunton Park in the second contest.
John Wall will be pleased with it. Well, his team have started this game. They're positive, they've got players forward, they've stifled Leeds a little bit. The only dangers come from Dougie Freedman so far.
There's been plenty of danger coming from Carlisle. This is Horwood's cross, and Dobie and Graham are going in again. Cleared only as far as Smith here. He has lost out to Douglas, but Smith has come back to retrieve it. Horwood playing it down the line to Hackney, and Richardson trying to hold him off.
Well, I'll reiterate what I said a couple of moments ago. Every time the ball comes in the box at the moment, they've got half a chance. Again, Ankergrim has to work. You get a little bit lucky there, get a deflection, but look at the quality of the ball in again. Tremendous for a striker to attack that quality. Ankergrim comes out, two strikers, Graham and Dobie going for it, and gets his look there. But how long can they get away with it? Look at that for a change. That's 5 minutes, and you can see what they're doing when they've got that possession. They're asking questions at the back, and for the moment, Leeds aren't answering them that well.
Dobie a little late. And how will Tony Bates react to that challenge on Mikulik? One or two of the Leeds players have given their version of events to the referee, but how does he act here?
Strikers have never been able to tackle. There's another one that tells you exactly why they haven't.
So Dobie is the first player on a night of great tension to have his name taken, and he's shown a yellow card.
Here's why. He gets that yellow card, slides in. He is high and then comes down right on the ankle. We're not even looking at the ball. Right in front of the assistant. Referee saw it. Rightfully a yellow card.
Carlisle actually haven't had a red card for the majority of the season, and then suddenly they've picked up their only two in the last 3 matches without David Raven tonight because of one of those red cards, and they've only just got their captain Danny Livesey back after his sending off at Millwall. There's Howson. Now Johnson. Westwood's.
Well, Carlisle forcing that long ball straight down Westwood's throat. He's finding it difficult to breach the midfield and the back four. The two centre-halves are very strong at the moment.
It's a huge clearance from the goalkeeper. Graham was being monitored then by Huntington, but it was a bit of a concern that for Leeds, and Ankergrim responds in kind and could put Beckford through here. Livesey got a vital touch.
Well, how good a defending is that? Saw the danger. Big kick down the pitch, nearly undid them.
Here's Smith. Now Horwood. Douglas. Here's Dobie. Arneson finds Lumsden. And this is Horwood. Smith. Bridge Wilkinson. Lumsden. Here's Dobie. Looking for Dobie from his throw-in. Smith. Played by Mikalik.
At the moment, Leeds just cannot get hold of the ball. Douglas in midfield trying to calm things down, but Carlisle in the ascendancy at the moment.
Wilkinson. It's Paul Arneson with the throw. Championship action to come over the next 2 nights. Big advantage for the home teams in both. Bristol City leading Crystal Palace going into the second leg of that match. Live Sky Sports 1 and HD1 Tuesday from 7:30. And big advantage for Hull over Watford going into the second leg of their match on Wednesday 7:30. Sky Sports 1 and HD1. All the playoff matches live on Sky. Second leg for this one comes up on Thursday. It's a ball from Huntington that gives Beckford something to chase.
Again, it's just a long diagonal ball, isn't it? There's a push in the back by Beckford there.
What Livesey believed. Throw comes back to Jonathan Douglas. Here's Fraser Richardson. Looking for Friedman.
He accepts it.
I'm a bit surprised he got past Danny Livesey. Kevin Westwood, who's played every league game for Carlisle now for the last 2 seasons running. Danny Livesey, who would have played every league game this season, but for that sending off near the end of the campaign.
I think with Livesey and Murphy, a big danger in the opponent's box from set pieces. He's got 6 this season and Murphy's got 3, so interested to see when a corner comes in there.
Richardson, they did very well to keep that in. He's pulled it back towards Friedman. Not taken though.
Anybody expected him to keep it in, and that's why there weren't enough white shirts in the box. Thought it had gone out once, they stop and they allow him to put it in there. Look, there's only the 2 white shirts in there. When you see Carlisle break forward, there are a number of blue shirts in there.
Here's Howson. Now Arneson. By Smith. This is Lumsden. Here's Horwood. Hackney. Horwood again. Determination being shown. Horwood feeling that he'd been fouled.
A lot of quality coming down that left-hand side from Horwood and Hackney.
Horwood, who's from a family of Leeds fans, one or two of his aunts and uncles here tonight with split loyalties. Friedman. And here's Beckford. Beckford looks to place one! And Westwood produces another magnificent save.
Well, you can see why he got in the league team. That was a magnificent shot and save.
Quick corner taken, and the clearance goes as far as Johnson. Here's Brutton. It's a foul by Graham. Douglas, it took a deflection.
Well, that man has kept his team in now twice. This is a better save than the first one. You think it's going to creep in there. Look at the fingertips, right on the fingertips. That is an absolutely world-class save, any level in the world, and he knows it. Gary McAllister, he's seen some saves in his time, but that was a belter.
The day after Manchester City fan. Cross here, Graham goes in! And Hackney's ball across. Well, he was there to leap on it, Danny Graham.
Again, slack at the back, taking chances. Can't do it. Just cannot take chances and liberties like that. Tacks it well. Where he's got a corner from there, I don't know.
Well, he's been a bit fortunate with the corner award. Carlisle will take any luck due to them here. And Bridge Wilkinson is who takes the corner, which Douglas meets. Hackney on the volley! He's done it! Hackney, who stunned Leeds with a volley earlier in the season, has done it again! And Carlisle lead at Ellen Road!
Well, it did take a deflection. He steadied himself superbly to strike it. And it looked like Ankergrum had been sent the wrong way. Well, they've not defended it well when it's come in. Comes out here, steadies himself really well. There's a deflection. Gives him no chance at all. Now, who does it come off? That comes off Danny Graham, doesn't it? Off his backside. What a strike, though. Look at the concentration. Steadies himself. Terrific strike. That looks like a backside of Danny Graham. He was certainly claiming it.
Well, Carlisle lead Leeds here. And the way that they have started this game, we'd have to say it was a lead that's fully justified.
Well, the crowd have got to play a part now. They've gone quiet. They've got to get the team back in. But at the moment in midfield, they can't impose himself. The captain's trying to get involved, and he's hardly had a chance in this game.
Vital moments at both ends. Westwood producing that fingertip save at one end to keep out Jermaine Beckford, and his opposite number then wrong-footed by the deflection from that Hackney volley.
Well, the save, it was just breathtaking. It really was. You thought he got an extension in his fingers there. Thought it was in, and all of a sudden just extended himself.
About to say when Carlisle launched an attack, how much Manchester City fans feel the day after one of their goalkeepers led in 8 to see a player that they released in Kieran Westwood producing a couple of fine stops like that and having had a fine season at this level as well.
Tremendous. Just shows how important goalkeepers can be. Strikers score the goals, but goalkeepers have to keep them out. He's done that on a couple of occasions.
Swung in there by Lumsden. There's Graham. Bridge Wilkinson. Here's Friedman. Now Douglas. Graham. Here's Bridge Wilkinson. It's come off Mikulik for the throw.
Well, full of admiration for the way Carlisle have approached this game. Again, they could have felt sorry for themselves. They were so far in front in that second place. They've put that to the back of their minds and they've started so positively.
Here's Lumsden. Going to swing one in towards Dobie this time.
Well, that'd be a major concern for Gary McAllister. Every time it is coming in his box, they're just not winning it.
Kilkenny. Now David Prutton. Prutton again. It's a trip by Horwood. Ball was moving when Kilkenny took the kick. It's going to have to be retaken.
He's going to get away with that. If he wants to do it, referees sometimes let it go.
Neil Kilkenny with the free kick here for Leeds, who have been stunned by that opening Carlisle goal. ahead of Dobie.
Well, it's a bonus when you've got somebody like Dobie to go back in there and help your defence out.
Huntington was forward for it, but couldn't connect. And this is Prutton. George Wilkinson keeping him closed down. Here's Richardson. Over Mikulic's head, almost fell to Friedman.
Well, is this the man whose backside has put his team in front? You've got to commend the volley, though. Look at the steadiness of this. Sets himself well. There, hits his back, and Ankergrim can do nothing about it. He knows straight away. Strikers do know. He felt it hit him. He knew it was his goal, and I'm sure he'll be claiming it.
Well, he celebrated as if he'd scored it. Scored a memorable goal back in November.
I'll tell you what, there's only one winner, and who's going to claim it, and that's your man in your picture now. No contest.
Johnson, Lumsden, Bridge Wilkinson. Johnson, now Lumsden. Bridge Wilkinson, Graham. Prutton. Kilkenny. Here's Douglas. There's Arneson. Richardson. Prutton. Here's Friedman. Douglas. Beckford looking to turn it through. It's Hassan who's there. Well defended by Horwood.
Well, came right across from left back there, Horwood.
Kilkenny. Huntington.
That sort of delivery is going to be perfect for the two centre-halves. Leeds have got to get it to feet and play through Carlisle.
Well won by Johnson. It's Friedman he's found. Effort from Douglas. Seen all the way by Westwood.
Right behind that one, but Dougie Friedman annoyed with himself. I think he should have took it on his right foot. Terrific challenge here. Really good commitment twice. Plays it into Dougie Friedman. You think he's going to hit it with his right, and he checks onto his left, and Douglas follows up, but not enough direction and power to beat Westwood. The problem Leeds are finding, they look a bit shaky at the back, and then the midfielder having to come back and help out, and then there's a big gap when they do break between the midfield and the two strikers, and they find it difficult to bridge that gap. I think Carlisle are moving the ball quicker and better across the line than Leeds at the moment. When they do break, they break with pace and numbers.
Mikulic. Here's Johnson. Some bit of push then. And Danny Graham didn't know too much about it, but claims the goal against the club where he had 3 matches on loan in the year that they got to the Championship playoffs, although he was injured in his time there and wasn't around by the time that Leeds got to those end-of-season matches.
Being in the right place at the right time. His body was there, made sure it hit him. The quality of the strike, the volley, the way it came out, how high it came out to Hackney. To get it down and on target was terrific.
Lumsden here looking for Hackney again. Prutton. Bridge Wilkinson, there's Lumsden. Bridge Wilkinson. Here's Hackney again.
Look at the number of blue shirts in the box, and he's picked the wrong option, and they're furious with him. He's having a pop back. I think they're right. He did pick the wrong ball there. He got too many options. Again, they closed down well. Win the ball. Look at numbers getting forward again. Just didn't need that pace on it. Just needs to slide it across, and look, disgust from Dobie and Graham.
Here's Prutton. Kilkenny. Now Friedman. Well, Olison got past him.
Double book. You know his danger. Gets past the first, the second one stops him.
Here's Johnson. Richardson. Kilkenny. Friedman with a little touch into Beckford. Decent turn, but with alert defending. No back pass given.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. It's good defending, but I want to take a chance even then. I just got rid of it. I'll have the goalkeeper to pick it up.
There's Hackney. There's a go.
He's full of confidence, isn't he? And why not? This time he pops up on the right-hand side.
Here's Kilkenny. Nothing to his left. But he's found Beckford! What do they have to do to beat this goalkeeper?
Well, he thought he'd done it this time, didn't he? But that man had other ideas. Lovely ball threaded through. All of a sudden, there didn't seem to be any movement.
From the corner, safely taken by Westwood. It's been one of the stars of the night so far.
Look, there's no movement. All of a sudden, Beckford explodes with his pace, and look, the save again. Lovely ball threaded through. Loses his marker for the first time, and just makes himself big, gets his angles right, and denies Leeds the equaliser. It's a big thing with goalkeepers. They work on getting their angles right.
Here's Kilkenny. Now Howson. He takes it away from him, and Hackney breaks with Danny Graham up ahead, and he slid it through. Ankergren won the race.
Well, it's all about angles and goalkeeping skills, and he saw exactly what he was going to do there. Ankergren saw the danger, and that is really good goalkeeping. Well, the Leeds fans can't do this. Yes, they're a little bit disappointed and 1-0 down, but the team need them to be positive. And a crowd this size gets on your back. Next touch becomes a bad one, and you just lose confidence.
Here's Bridge Wilkinson. Away by Huntington. Now Douglas. Richardson. Angle through for Friedman.
See his intention, trying to play Beckford in again.
Here's Dobie. From Douglas, who slid across.
Just wonder what Gary McAllister's team talk will be like.
1 additional minute in this first half.
Looking to make any changes at half-time, Gary McAllister. I think it's a tailor-made for Andy Hughes, this sort of game. Somebody with an engine, total commitment, and struggling in that central area of midfield at the moment, Leeds.
Snatching at the header. Carlisle seconds away now from a half-time lead. Being urged forward by Steve Staunton and Mikulek going up to join the attack.
So they should. 2 centre-halves with the size of that. Get in the box. It's a minute before.
And they've taken so much time to do it, they're not even having time to take the free kick. Danny Graham didn't know too much about Carlisle's goal. It struck his back from Hackney's volley, but it's a goal enough to give Carlisle a half-time lead. It's not as though Leeds haven't worked Carlisle's goalkeeper, but Kieran Westwood has been more than up to the job when extended by both Beckford and Friedman. And at half-time, it's Leeds 0, Carlisle 1.